chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Thousands most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back, guys, to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. What's been going on during the week? Listen, when it comes to the news, the politics, the fashion, and even the church, honey, it's been a whole bunch of headlines all week. And we're going to get into a little bit of each. But before we get started, I just want to send my prayers out to the beautiful country of Thailand. On Friday, early Friday morning, the country went through a 7.7 magnitude earthquake, which left a couple people not a couple people, but a couple hundred people, without their lives, and a lot of people displaced. So I saw a lot of people that were actually filming it as it happened. It was two young boys in particular. Actually, I believe they're U.S. citizens over in Thailand visiting or just moved to Thailand that were in the middle of streaming when it happened, and it just looked like such a horrific situation. So I want to send my prayers and condolences and thoughts out to Thailand. Also, I didn't realize this, but this happened, I think, last week, right before I filmed the last episode. But boxing legends, George Foreman passed away at the age of 76. So, he has a lot of children, honey, a lot of children, and they're all named George or Georgina. And we also, as well as knowing him for being a legendary boxer, we also know him for those George Foreman grills. You could not turn on the TV and catch a commercial break without seeing him standing in front of those grills. So, rest in peace to one of the greatest of all time. So now, let's get into the tea, honey. So after 4 years as editor-in-chief of Days magazine, the multi-talented cultural fashion legend I.B. Kamara will be stepping down from his post. Listen, I.B. Kamara is a genius. He doesn't boast about it. He's very to himself. It seems like he's not all in the videos, all on YouTube. He's very focused on his work. If you didn't know, he is also the creative director of Off-White. He took over after Virgil Abloh's untimely passing, and he's been killing it ever since. I don't give a fuck what the people say. Off-White is dead without Virgil. It's absolutely not. I.B. Kamara is definitely honing in on his craft over there, and I just love what he's doing. But I'm really sad to see him go. Kamara joined Days as editor-in-chief in 2021, and during his tenure has pioneered a bold and disruptive new tone for fashion image making. He absolutely has. I mean, he's done covers with, Rihanna. He's done covers that, look at this. All cultures, everybody's included. Queer, straight, black, Asian. I mean, just a new wave of fashion image making that we haven't seen in recent years or even in the past. So I'm really sad to see him go. Now, no shade, but I'm looking for the name of his replacement. His replacement has already been named. I don't have that here. You can go on Days Fashion and see that for yourself. They just announced it maybe 2 days after they announced that Kamara was leaving. So, huge congratulations to him. He said in an interview with Days, he left a statement, and he said, I'll be forever honored by the opportunity to have been among the creative leaders of this iconic platform, now becoming a part of the infamous alumni who collectively continue to shape the culture. Last of all, I look to the future of Days and am excited for what is to come as the baton is handed down and more doors are open for a new generation of creatives waiting to have their voices heard. So again, I'm really sad to see him go. I'm a huge fan of everything he puts together, whether it be for Off-White or Dazed. But good luck to the new young man that is replacing him. I can't think of his name. He's not black, but that's okay. I think he is a queer person, though, if I'm not mistaken. From what I did read, his name is very complicated. You know, this list, funny. But yeah, so listen, best wishes to Ivy Kamara, and I can't wait to see what's next on this next leg of his, fashion career and journey. So, speaking of more fashion shakeups, honey, Jonathan Anderson is leaving Loewe after 11 years. Listen, I don't know what's going on, but it's just a constant. We're going to take this person, we're going to put them over here, and then we're going to take the person that we are replacing them with over here, we're going to put them over here, and then we're going to take this person from the top, we're going to put them over here, and it's all the same people. It's nobody new. I'm actually quite surprised at this move because I didn't really know anything about Loewe until Jonathan Anderson. I would have to say I didn't really learn about Loewe until maybe a little bit after COVID. Maybe a little bit, maybe like 2019-ish. And listen, he's made huge waves at the brand in recent years. Everybody is wearing his stuff. We've seen it on the Sex and the City reboot. We've seen Taylor Russell on the red carpet in Loewe making, viral, making her looks go viral. I mean, so I was really surprised by this. Now, the streets have been buzzing that he is going to Dior Home. Unless they're getting rid of Maria Grassi, I don't care, okay? I don't care. Maria Grassi needs to go. Is he going to be replacing her? Is it going to be like, what are we doing here? A lot of people are saying that he's already, allegedly, he's already started working on a menswear collection, ready-to-wear collection for Dior already, and saying that it's almost ready for the 2026 fall fashion season. Listen, it's just too much musical chairs for me. And it's like, if you're going to replace somebody and you're going to move somebody, at least bring somebody in that's new, that we don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? It's the same old white men it's this revolving door of white men. Like, and listen, it doesn't have to be somebody black. We have amazing Latino and Hispanic talent. We have amazing Asian talent. We have amazing queer talent. Like, why does it always have to be a white man? Speaking of white men, his replacements have already been announced. And it is now former Parenza Schuler creative director duo Jack McCall and Lazaro Hernandez. And listen, I like Proenza Schuler. I like what they were doing over there. I don't know if I want to necessarily see it at Loewe. And now J.W. Anderson and these two definitely have similarities in their style. So it's like, are we really gonna get anything new? Anyway, I just thought I would report it. It was out there. I'm giving it to you. So we'll see what the fashion season brings. No word on when they start their tenure over at Loewe, but I'm sure they've already started sketching and getting all their looks and ideas and which models they want together. So good luck to everybody. But listen, the next time the fashion world decides to announce a major fashion shakeup, can we really make it a major fashion shakeup and pull somebody that we've never heard of before? So, Shanghai Shanghai Fashion Week, I believe it just ended actually, and there are two shows that really, really, really captured my attention, and it was definitely in second place for me. And I didn't get a chance to watch them all. I'm gonna do that today when I have some downtime. But so far, in second place for me, it's definitely Mark Gong. It's definitely Mark Gong. This collection was inspired by Y2K millennial fashion. Think Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, Nicole Richie, you know, all the Y2K girls with the trucker hats and the low rise jeans. I loved it. I really, really adored it. I love the runway setup with the old newspapers on the ground, the fun quirky ways that he worked with faux fur. Oh, look at this look. Fringe. I loved it. It was very, 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 very chic, but in a sloppy way. And I know that's a complete oxymoron, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, huge congratulations to Mark Gong. But the show that really took me out, honey, the show that really, 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 really took me out was Jacques Wee. Okay? I'm not familiar with this designer or this brand or this label, but honey, this is everything I live for. Now, I did a little bit of research. They say that he is famous, or she, I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, to be honest. But they were saying on WWD that they are famous for, you know, blending, let me make sure I'm getting it right. I don't want to get it wrong now. I don't want to get it wrong. Known for blending Chinese craftsmanship and cultural references, paraded his fall 2024 collection today during Shanghai, and that was a few days ago. I mean, but look at these looks, this opening look. I love the mix of the animal prints. Y'all have seen my wardrobe for the show. You know I'm like mixing cheetah prints and zebra prints and bear paw prints and turtle shell prints. I love an animal print, and I like mixing them together. You know, a lot of people were saying after this fashion season that minimalism in fashion and all this quiet luxury crap is really, you know, dead. And I'm seeing a shift here. This is loud. It's bold. It doesn't make any sense in the most beautiful way possible. I would never think to pair some of these things together, but the styling of it is absolutely eye-popping and beautiful. And it's really something different that I haven't really been seeing on the runways before. So huge congratulations to Jacques Wee. Jacques Wee? I believe that's how you pronounce it. So anyway, moving on, but listen, today's going to be a short show, y'all. I'll be back in a few days, but today's going to be a short show because mama has things to do. I ain't got this denim corset on for nothing, okay? So, listen. I said that I am no longer going to flood the zone with Trump. He did this, and Trump did that, and the Republicans did this, and the Republicans did that. Because what's happening is, he's the only one we're hearing about. He's the only one, him and those dumbass people he's got working in his cabinet, in his administration, like Marjorie Taylor Hogan, who, I'll touch on her first, because she needs a good one of these, who was doing a press conference, and, a British journalist asked her a question, and take a look at her response.
Crap about your opinion and your reporting. Why don't you go back to your country where you have a major migrant problem? Okay, and no. You should care about your own borders.
Do you care about American lives?
No. Let me tell you something. Do you care about people from your country? What about all the women that are raped by migrants?
Do you care
no,
about
by migrants? No. Do you care? Okay, you're done.
Do you care about American lives being put at risk?
You know what? I don't care. I don't.
Members fighting for your country.
I don't care about your fake news. Do you have a relevant question? Yeah, this is an American journalist. Thank you.
I'm an American, and I'd like to hear your answer to what she's asked.
I'm not answering her question because I don't care about her network. If you would like to ask, I can answer.
Have any concern?
And that reporter, the American reporter, followed right behind the British reporter and asked her, him or her or they, whatever their pronouns are, because honey, by the looks of it, I'm not sure my goddamn self. He turned right back around and asked her the same question. It is time everybody take their motherfucking thong string out their pussy lips and really stick it to these people. I'm tired of hearing about what they're doing and the mayhem that they're causing, and nobody is giving a solution. This is the solution. You carry that country bumpkin corner store cunt. You carry that bitch until she answers the goddamn questions. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that she is able to get up on a podium. And the one thing I don't like about the Republicans, they have a superioric attitude. Bitch, you work for us. If it wasn't for our 401k, our tax dollars, you wouldn't have no money, honey. You wouldn't have a job. How dare you? How dare you? And then they want to turn around and they want to call out Jasmine Crockett for calling the governor of Texas Governor Hot Wheels. Well, the motherfucker is mean and he is in a wheelchair. Where was all of that when Trump was making fun of disabled people the first time he was running for president? Where are we at? Look at how worked up I get just by talking about it. This is why I didn't talk about it the last time. It is absolutely ridiculous the way these people, the way the entire government has let these people, Republicans and Democrats included, have let these alleged sex trafficking, rape, S-ing or graping, whatever the fuck you can say on YouTube, drunk. Speaking of drunk, Pete Hangover the Hegseth, who is the Secretary of Defense, a known alleged alcoholic, a known alleged womanizer, who took an oath before Congress saying, I will not drink, I will not drink, I will not drink. I am not an alcoholic. Hand on the Bible. Well, the biggest news of the week is that he decided to get on an unsecure text link app with JD Vance, Vice President JD Vanity, and Marco Rubio and other members of Trump's cabinet to talk about war plans and war attacks. However, it didn't stay in the text chain because one of their dumbasses added a reporter from The Atlantic. What they were doing, in a nutshell, I don't know all the big words to use, but in a nutshell, it's illegal. There are places within Congress where you can go and have conversations and it not be in the air, on electronic. Because when you're talking about stuff like that and you're texting stuff like that, there are people, they know who you are. They're watching your devices. And that could cause a real problem for soldiers and for us, the private citizens of this country. After that, I found this video of him, which I thought was hilarious. Take a look at this. Now, allegedly, this is after he took his oath that he wasn't going to drink. Allegedly, this is New Year's Eve. This doesn't look like somebody that needs to be the Secretary of Defense of the United States. This looks like an overgrown, horn dog, wild, red belly, white Christian nationalist Republican, and overgrown frat boy who needs to just go down there and work at the Office Max or work from home. He needs a regular job. I don't even think this man has been on the grounds in combat. And it's like, why do we keep on talking about this? Let's talk about the solution. And I'm only talking about it because it was that serious of a situation. And another thing that happens when our government gets sloppy like this, other countries hear this, they're watching. And they're slowly backing up. We can't trust these motherfuckers. How in the hell is another country? The other countries give us, our government, secure information that doesn't need to get out to the public. How are we supposed, if I was them, I wouldn't trust the American government. Why would I? They don't even take ownership and say, oh, you know what, I fucked up, I'm sorry. It's, oh, well, the dumbass reporter, he's a loser. You the one invited him, bitch. It's a whole lot of lack of accountability going on. It's a whole lot of pussyfooting around going on. And it just makes me sick to my stomach. We need resolve. We need to stop worrying about what the fuck they're doing, because whatever the fuck they're gonna do, they're gonna do. We need to be coming up with a plan of action on how to survive the consequences of what they've already done and what they slip in the cracks and are going to do. And how to survive that, but also how are we going to survive the consequences of what they've done? How are we going to fight to bring America back to somewhat normalcy? That's what we need to focus on, which leads me into my next story. So, I got my notes all fucked up. There is a young activist politician by the name of Justin J. Pierce. And I'm going to DM him because I want to interview him. There are a lot of people who are trying their best. AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Jamal Bryant has even stepped in using his pulpit and he's not my favorite person, but I have to say he is using his pulpit as a megaphone to not just preach the word, but to also make people aware of what's going on and to fight back against social injustice. But this young man right here, Justin Pierce, went in front of the Tennessee Congress and wanted to, fight for a bill that opposed gun violence. Now, his brother had committed suicide a couple of years prior. But I want you to watch this video, and I want you to watch the passion and the fire in this young man's belly as he handles up on this member of the Tennessee Congress. Take a look.
And this committee's been here this year working during committee, during session, voting on bills.
Yes, sir.
And I know you may have some things going on, but you have not. So I don't think it's fair for you to come in front of this committee and lecture us on hard work and convictions and hard work for our committee. So when I understand where you're at and what you're doing and why, but at the end of the day, we've been here working. We've been on the House floor voting on bills. We've taken the tough questions. We've taken the tough votes. Yeah. And we're doing so. So I don't think it's fair for you to come here and lecture this committee on hard work when we've been up here doing the hard work.
Thank you, Chair Farmer, for your comments. They incense me. They make me very, very angry. Not just because of the lack of regard, but the disrespect and the same denigrating tone that you used on the State House floor when the vote to expel me happened. It's disrespectful, it's unbecoming, and it's beneath the standard of a person who's supposed to represent in the Tennessee House of Representatives. It is a pathetic excuse for you to not answer the question of why we are doing nothing about the gun violence epidemic than to personally attack me. But let me explain to you what I have been doing, Representative, since you asked. My brother, Temperance Darnell Pearson, one of the loves of my life, passed away from gun suicide on December 1st of 2024. And since that happened, it shattered my family like gun violence has shattered so many families. Shattered my nephew's lives, my mother, my father, my other brothers who are remaining. I buried my brother. I planned for his entire funeral. My fiance made his obituary. I made sure that he was taken care of, even in death. That's what I've been doing. But also, not just that, I went to all of my nephew's schools. I met with their principals and their teachers to ensure that they are okay. I gave them and made sure that they had grief counseling and that they're seeing a psychiatrist. That's what I've been doing. And while you're talking about hard work, you need to realize that our job is not just in this state house with these marble floors. Our jobs are on the streets and in the communities that we serve. And so while you've been here passing bills that have been hurting transgender children, while you've been here passing bills that have been hurting the poor, hurting the marginalized, hurting the disenfranchised, while you've been here passing bills that have not ended poverty, while you've been here passing bills that have not helped people who need Medicaid expansion, while you've been here doing the hard work of making sure that our state is not the state that it can be, because you have decided
Representative Pearson.
reality of our school rhetoric.
Representative Pearson.
And I'm gonna cut it right
Representative-
because it gets really long. I posted a video. I've been starting to do sidebar. I've been starting to do these little talking head videos that everybody's doing because I'm quite a talker. But I did one on masculinity, and I was like, I don't want to hear y'all talk about masculinity and see y'all. Why is it, if y'all cared about masculinity, the man that killed Breonna Taylor wouldn't still be breathing. If y'all cared about masculinity, if you really cared about masculinity. So if you haven't seen it, take a look. This handsome, well-spoken, educated, sharp-dressed black man right here, this is what the fuck I'm talking about when we talk about masculinity. When I watched this, I said, who in the fuck is this man? I didn't see Hollywood Unlocked post about it. I didn't see the Neighborhood talk about it. I definitely didn't see the Shade Room talk about it. The Shade Room in Hollywood Unlocked was too busy talking about Bad Baby and Alabama Barker throwing diss tracks back and forth at each other. I see Malcolm X, the spirit of Malcolm X on this young brother. I see the spirit and the grace and the chivalry of Obama on this young brother. He should be on everybody's radar. This is how you stand up to fascism. This is how you stand up to racism. This is how you stand up to social injustice. The video goes on, and I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Pearson was not going for that passive-aggressive shade and disrespect and that condescending tone that they made, because I believe that the two of them have had a run-in before. And he politely walked around and walked up the steps of that damn grand podium of that diocese and got right in that man's face and told him what the fuck was up. I see a lot of our own people, well, he shouldn't have went around there. He's being violent. Shut the fuck up, because none of you motherfucking porch monkeys is doing anything. It's a lot of you porch monkeys that's sitting at home worried about who gonna win the next football game and when Lil Wayne going back on tour. Y'all not doing this. It's always the motherfuckers that don't do shit that got the most to say about people that are actually fucking trying. This young man needs a platform. This young man needs a seat at the Democratic table. This is what the Democrats need. Hello! I am going to DM this man tomorrow morning. Today is Sunday. It's Sunday at 5 o'clock. He's got a fiance. He's busy watching his fiance cook while they take care of their children or whatever the fuck they got going on. I'm going to wait until the business day, and I'm going to see if I can get him on the show. I'm going to see if I could do a separate video interview of him and I want to ask him a few questions. If I could just get 5 minutes of this young man's time, because nobody else has talked to this young man, and I think it's ridiculous. He not only stood up for the children and the gun rights, but he also stood up for trans children. He also stood up for the inequality that's happening in the state of Tennessee when it comes to black and brown people. He's not just about his issues, he's about everybody's issues. This is where the Democratic Party needs to go to. A motherfucker that's not scared to stand up with his motherfucking kente cloth and his motherfucking afro and stand up in the motherfucking face of a bitch who don't want to do their goddamn job. Where the fuck is the goddamn shade room to cover shit like this? Why is he not on the Breakfast Club? This is what I want to see. Not only did he get up there and cuss that man out, like he said in the video, he's going around and talking to police officers. He's going and talking to the school, the people that work at the schools, the teachers, the principals, the superintendents. He's doing the things. Highlight this motherfucker right here. This is what I want to see. Y'all want to know how the hell can we overcome this? What the fuck can we do? Highlight people like this. They are snatching men and women off the streets while y'all are sitting at home fucking playing with your motherfucking dicks and coochies and worried about the wrong motherfucking shit. Those of you with platforms, y'all love to get on here and talk about, cause I got 1,000,001 followers. Y'all can't see me. Yeah, I don't want to see you because you're not talking about anything of substance. You got all them followers and don't even know what to do with them. $50 million followers, 20 million followers, 15 million followers, and all y'all sit up there and do is talk about your goddamn self. I don't want to hear it. Start highlighting people that are, if you're not going to get into the fight, then highlight the people that are willing. He could have got arrested. He didn't give a fuck. The well-being of his people, the equal rights of his people, meant more to him than his freedom. I see Mandela on this young man. This is who we need to be highlighting. Instead of sitting back, judging the people that are actually out there doing shit. If you're not going to get into a fight and you've got a major platform, DDG, Kai Cenat, hello? Are we on the air? Instead of pimping your son out all over YouTube, how about DDG and complaining about your baby mother, DDG? How about you get this young man to sit on your podcast with you and talk about some real shit? This is the masculinity that y'all need to be reposting, retagging, and retweeting. Speaking of retweeting, did y'all hear that Elon Musk just sold X to one of his other businesses? What the hell is going on with that? He's a creep. He is really, really strange. And they say he's on the spectrum. No, he's just an evil motherfucker. Yes, I'm back in my politician bag today. So I will keep you guys updated as to if I can possibly get just 5 or 10 minutes of his time. Because, yeah, I talk my foo-foo-la. Yeah, we talk fashion. Yeah, we talk hot topics. We're getting ready to get into a big one in a minute. But I also want to be responsible. I only have 136 subscribers. I only have about 6,000 followers on Instagram. And let's not even talk about my Facebook. But the few people that do watch, I want to make sure that they know what's really going on. And I want to help make change. And even if I only reach 5 people, those are 5 people that might not have known any better. Those are 5 people that might have thought that it was all over for them. You know what I mean? I don't just want to sit up here and talk about dumb shit. Now, I will say, that last episode, honey, the reefer was in the air. The reefer was in the air. The reefer was in the air, honey. Buy Nickelback, puff a little la, get high tonight. Okay, that's what it was giving, honey. And we had fun. I watched it all the way back. I was like, oh my God. But it's a time and a place. Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, please have this man on if you haven't had him already. I don't even know when this took place, but apparently it was fairly recent. We need this young man on every motherfucking platform. The Democratic Party, he needs to link up with Jasmine Crockett and AOC and go on that tour that AOC and Bernie Sanders is on and talk to everybody around the country. Again, I don't know if that's his ministry. I don't know if that's what God has called him to do. But with the fire he has in his belly, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Anyway, so let's get into the last story. And you guys are going to be, ooh, my eyes are itching. You guys are going to really be surprised at my take on this. So there is a resurfaced video clip of Reverend Marvin Sapp. If you're not familiar with Marvin Sapp came out, I don't know how long he's been singing, but he really rose to fame when his, massive gospel hit, Never Would Have Made It, hit the airwaves and everybody went crazy for it. It was a really inspirational song. And at the same time the song was going out, his wife had passed away a few months to a year prior. I've never heard anything bad about Marvin Sapp. I didn't even know Marvin Sapp was a minister. I didn't know he had his own church. Well, there is video circulating of Marvin Sapp during a sermon. It was tithe and offering time, and this is what happened. Take a look.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints.
So a lot of people, he faced a lot of backlash online. He has since released a statement. I'm not even going to read the statement because you're actually going to be shocked at my response to this. For as much as the black community, and I'm talking to the black community, as much as the black community uses Christianity and throws it in the face of whoever they may choose, whichever sin that they're not committing, that they can weaponize, they do so. And it's all about Christianity and, oh, the Bible says, and the Bible says, and the Bible said, well, the preacher said give him $20, bitch. The preacher said give him $20. If Future have a concert and he charges $700 for a ticket, y'all go out and pay it. Y'all go out and pay it. And then you get online and you flash the tickets and you make fun of the bitches that can't afford it. Hey, church is a multi-billion-dollar business. The Christian, the Methodist churches, any denomination church in the Christian faith, it's a multi-billion-dollar business, honey. I saw a video, I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it, of this woman who was kind of like the door bouncer at this Miami club, and she's like, oh, they paid $30,000 for a table. I need them to the front. They're not most important. Oh, they paid $15,000. So you're gonna tell me y'all motherfuckers is out here paying $15,000 for a table, but you online complaining about a pastor asking for $20 in the collection plate? Everybody is a Christian until it inconveniences you. Everybody is a Christian until your sins get pointed out, until you get called to the altar carpet, until you got to answer for something. That's not how Jesus works. We are not Jehovah's Witness. We don't pick and choose. No shade to the Jehovah's Witness, but y'all do like to pick certain stuff about the Bible that y'all don't like. Hello. I said it. No shade. It's the truth. Jesus is not a means of convenience for you to feel comfortable in your swill and your sin while you throw stones at somebody else. Over $20? With the way we talk about money? Oh, cause I can't hang out with no bitch if she can't leave no $50 tip for no $13 drink. Oh, girl, why you got that fake bag on? You ain't got no money. Like, where the bag at? Run the bag up. Marvin Sapp said run the bag up. Run the bag up for Jesus. We trying to be blessed in the city and in the field. How y'all both shot top? Run the bag up. If you can run the bag up $15,000 for a table, surely you can put $20 in the collection plate for the building fund. It's funny how motherfuckers got money until it's really time for them to have some money. Now, Marvin Sapp, I got to come for you now. You were dead ass wrong for telling them people to lock those doors. And by the look on your face and the faces of the people behind you, you were dead ass motherfucking serious. When I was growing up, I went to a church where they didn't really talk about money like that, or y'all ain't giving enough, that tithe is empty. Like, our pastor, he didn't do that. God rest his soul, he just recently passed away. He didn't do none of that. They passed the collection plate around. Whoever could give, and that was just the end of that. It is not your job to strong arm a bitch into putting money into the collection plate. You're there to preach a word. Now, I do understand that churches don't run themselves. The lights don't pay the light bill ain't gonna pay itself. If something happened and, the chimney from the church, crumbled down into the roof, you need money to fix that. Yes. But it's not your responsibility to strong arm a bitch like Rinky Dink, like Rinky Pinky on the corner of Normandy and 3rd, getting ready to smack his bitch up because he didn't get his 50% cut. He said, lock them doors. Did you? Ooh. You did come out and apologize, but I mean, and then another thing off of Marvin Sapp, because I'm not going to give Marvin Sapp too much. I've never heard anything bad about Marvin Sapp. I have seen him embrace people from the LGBTQ community. I have seen him pray over certain people. He is a very non-judgmental, go with the flow kind of a Christian man. So, okay. He told them to lock the doors. But I want to see, I find it really funny that I can't find the rest of that sermon anywhere on the internet. And why is it the rappers get on the radio and on these songs and they brag about which nigga they done, which bitch they done fucked, and y'all are paying all this money to follow behind them, but it's always when the church people ask for money that, now everybody got a problem with money. It seems a little backwards to me, I'm just saying. Marvin Sapp was trying to run that bag up, honey. Y'all always talk about something, get a bag. Bitch, I'm getting money, I ain't running out. Ain't that what JT just said? Bitch, I'm getting money, I ain't running out. Period, I got it. New Chanel on my feet, bitch, yes. You can't do all that for Jesus? The same Jesus that you like to throw in people's face? Oh. I am so tired of convenient religion. It makes me sick. It makes me absolutely sick. The Republican, the white nationalist, Republican, xenophobic people do it. The black folks in the Baptist and Methodist Church do it. The Jewish people do it. If religion is as serious as y'all make it out to be while y'all throwing everybody else's shit in their face, why isn't it that serious when it comes down to you and what you do? And when it's time for you to be uncomfortable? Are we on the air? Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. I will be back, I think maybe maybe Friday. I'm gonna give it a few days and see what the fuck else musters up in the news. I might go live here and there throughout the week. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It has been really hard. Work has been really busy. It's just, it's been hard, but I'm trying to push through. Also, I was getting ready to tell y'all at the top of the show, I got really inspired and I'm back into my creative bag. You know, speaking of bags, I'm back into my creative bag and I shot a little mini editorial all by myself. And these, I can only show you some of the pictures because, you know, I was a little topless, but yeah, if you want to check out the rest of the pictures, please go to my Facebook and my Instagram. But I really enjoyed doing black and white photos. I like the grit and the grind. I don't like to erase out the imperfections. Here's this one right here. And just like kind of tapping into my creative side. And it really was like, okay, I still have it. Like I can still do this. I can do the show and I can do this. So y'all be patient with me. I got some other things coming. But listen, mama got to go because mama got a date tonight. Ciao.